Welcome to the brand new Draymond Green Show YouTube channel. Hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our content.
And D Wade, our first argument was in the finals. We go down 0-2. I'm declining to Shaq. I'm going through a divorce. I'm not Shaq. I have my first 2 games fucking terrible, awful. So I pulled D Wade in the room. The fuck you gonna do, man? Motherfucker, you want to be the man? What the fuck you gonna do? And he had a look of I wasn't trying to fight. I was just asking questions. He had a look of relief, like, oh, I can. So yeah, motherfucker, I got 4 people on me. I just took, well, in the future, I'm gonna talk to my good friend Draymond. He gonna tell me they're gonna put a motherfucker in front of me, behind me. That's the fuck they're doing to me right now. What the fuck you gonna do, though? And he said, okay, Shaq, and he went off. So it's not that I'm rating him, even though I answered your question. I was fortunate enough to play with 3 of the greatest guards. And Bron has so much power. Like, when I got there, I've never seen a young kid with that much power, and deservingly so. Mm-hmm. Like, he had everything in order, and it was just so. And I think we could have possibly went further. I don't know if you remember, we were in first the whole year. Big Baby broke my thumb, and I was out. I came back. I wasn't, at that time, I was already declining to Shaq anyway. You break my thumb, and then I got to sit out 5 weeks and then try to come back and beat a Boston team. It wasn't going to happen. Because, at that point, I was like, I got to get fucking 5 before he do. Yeah. I already got 4, and this motherfucker, so I was ring chasing. But, I was just, like you said, I want to just try to step in and, help people. And then when I went to Boston, same thing. I thought we could have made it pretty far, but I tore my Achilles. But, I hate rating those guys because I don't want ignorant people who don't understand our language to try to twist it up and, oh, he said Kobe was better. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying all those guys had different attributes and they were great players.
Do you regret, so you went so hard for Penny, for Orlando to get Penny. Do you regret leaving Orlando as soon as you did and not seeing it through with Penny the whole way?
No. And the reason is I am programmed to, once you make a decision, you live with that decision, right or wrong. And, one thing about my agent at the time, who Len Armato was, he informed me about business. I knew where the money was going. When I came in, because I think what even got me interested in playing basketball, John Koncak was making 15 for 3. I was at home one day and my father smacked me in the back of the head with a paper because I was a medium-level juvenile delinquent. I was like you. I was a fucking football guy. So I used to like to bring that pain. Mm-hmm. So I was like, and then my high school coach said, you ain't going to make it. I ain't had no scholarships. I already had a plan to join the fucking Army. I already knew the Army life was a good life. I'm going to join the Army. My father smacked the shit out of me one day with a paper. Look at this. And it was John Koncak. No disrespect to John, because, I ended up playing with John. He's a great fella. And he said, hey, look at this dude. So we got the 15 for 3. I ain't the smartest guy in the world. I know that's $5 million a year. So I'm watching John Koncak play in San Antonio Hemisphere Arena. And I'm like, damn, I'm like this now. So now I really started taking basketball serious. And I had a guy that I met in Germany named Dale Brown. He already offered me a scholarship, so I already know I'm going to LSU. So, my agent kept telling me, the money's going to be a lot. So when I first got drafted, he said, how much you want? I was like, I don't know, $6 million a year. He's like, nah, man, we're going to ask for 50. And I was like, what? He said, we're going to ask for 50. I ended up getting 40 for 7. I think I was the first to do this. He's like, but I'm going to put a clause in there. You can do something after 3, after 4. And I was like, okay, sounds good. So when it came back around to Orlando, everybody was talking about $100 million. I want to be the first $100 million guy. It was mine. So I started high. I said 150. And they said no. And then here during the Olympics, 96, me and Uncle Jerome, we had Magic City, doing what we do at Magic City. And my agent called. It's like 2:30 a.m. He said, man, I got a call. I need you to come to this hotel. I said, for what? He said, come. So I get there, and it's the great Jerry West. And I used to always see him when we played Lakers. Never really met him, but of course I know he is. I shake his hand. He said, you want the good news or the bad news? I said, I want the bad news. He said, I couldn't get you to 150. I said, well, what's the good news? We can get you 120. But he was like, you got to sign it right now. So I was like, and then I told Leonard, I said, call Orlando. He said, they weren't even close. So, hey, my mom, My mom needed a new house, even though she didn't. That's how I'm thinking about. So I went that. So even though I always think about what me and Penny could have done, it's not a decision I regret, because when it comes to family and it comes to making decisions, I make the decision as a leader, as a general, and if it happens to be the wrong decision, that's something that I can live with.
We are getting closer to crowning an NBA champ, and with the action heating up on the court, hotter than ever, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. It's great. I've got it. You should. Takes less than 90 seconds. Official sports betting partner of the National Basketball Association. Okay, now we got the conference finals. Pacers, Celtics, T-Wolves, Dallas Mavericks. These games have been so great. Live betting, same game parlays, odds boosts. So much is covered. It's super easy for first timers to get started. Try betting on something simple like a team to win. So you go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, again, download it 90 seconds, select your squad, place your bet. It's that simple. Okay, new to DraftKings. It's called No Sweat Bet. This is a new one. It's easy, called No Sweat Bet, up to $1,500. Just deposit at least $5. That's it, $5, a 5 spot. That's it. And you'll get a bonus bet back if your bet doesn't hit. Yeah, I said it right. If your bet doesn't hit. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. The code is Colin. That's me, C-O-L-I-N. DraftKings Sportsbook app. Download Colin, C-O-L-I-N. New customers, no sweat bet. Up to $1,500 you get if you just deposit $5 and your first bet doesn't hit. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.